Let me take a sip of this hot chalky.
Looks delicious. It's almost as good as what I'm drinking. I got that special coffee.
He's got that special.
Yeah, the special. I'm pretty sure these beans were grown in Tennessee.
Hello, coffee drinkers. This is Commander and Coffee, a bi-weekly podcast on the Commander format. I'm Kevin Weaver.
And I'm Nick DePrenzio.
We try to keep it light, keep it comfy, and help you get over that midweek hump. Okay, so that's the trial run for
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it. It
That's
felt good
spicy.
saying it. So before we get into it, I wanted to address a couple things. First off, I have written in my notes, thanks for the views, which I think
yes.
accumulated to just short of 60 views on YouTube.
Oh, wonderful. That's 60 people that actually like me and Kevin.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, actually. I don't think it was enough to like be able to check the metrics on YouTube. So I don't know how much is just like southeastern Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
How many people genuinely found it, but still very cool.
Do you know how many subscribers we got?
I haven't checked for a couple of days. I think it's 3.
Ooh.
But we
That's
can
more than I
cut
thought.
out that number. That's
Yeah, we gotta hit 6 by our next
Once
show.
we hit 6, then we'll fly the flag.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing I wanted to address too, which already evidenced in our recording equipment here, is still going to be an issue for this podcast, was the audio concerns that people voiced to us personally. And it's something that I personally, the person who's editing the podcast, trying to supply the hardware to record it all, that I need to work on, and that we're going to try to get down solid, if not for the next podcast. After that, I think we can give ourselves a good month to try to get this figured out for audio.
we should be good to go before February.
Yeah, we'll sort it all out, get it under control. The one promise I can make for this podcast, which, if you're already listening to it, will hopefully meet that demand, would be that it's not going to be super quiet. So you're not going to have to turn your speakers all the way up. So that
the problem is we're recording this in a library, so we have to be quiet.
Essentially.
Yeah. So there's that.
Oh, and this is just a personal one. I listened to the episode probably 3 or 4 times in total, both between editing the whole thing and then just checking the last draft. And one of the things I did as sort of like a filler thing while you were talking, I would say, yeah, and then laugh 3 times. So I'm going to make a very conscious effort, number 1, to stop the ums, stop the stop the interjections, and stop saying, yeah, ha ha ha. I just did 2 of them right in a row.
I thought it was just that funny, Kevin. I guess not.
No, you'd have to listen back.
Yeah.
It's real. You could
you
could cut one out and paste
is
it later over it, and it'd be like pixel perfect the same.
Well, Kevin, this is my first experience doing a podcast, and I thought we were wonderful, but that's me. So.
Well, you have the untrained ear.
Correct.
I
yes.
listen to podcasts almost every hour of my workday, and we got some ways to go.
Yeah,
but
I agree. I mean, everything can use improvement.
But we can get down into it now. Let's go over kind of what we plan to do for this podcast. Yeah? This
Sure.
episode, this specific episode,
sounds good.
episode 2 of Commander and Coffee.
Sounds good. I just said didn't I?
You did. That's an easy one to cut out.
So I guess where we left off the last time was I just had created a new deck, which I was in the middle of creating a new deck.
Right. We had spoiled the Izoni
Yes,
build.
it was a Izoni, black-green. So we'll get into that a little bit. We also had week 2 and 3 of our league.
So we could start with, I guess this would be kind of because we didn't talk about the first week of the Commander League really at all. The first week. So
Sure.
Do we want to go through weeks 1, 2, and 3 of my experience?
We could just put them together. Well, I can do it as a TO, and then you chime in as a player, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is my first time in the store running a Commander League.
And this happens to be the first episode you listened to. Nick is the owner of
Stomping Grounds Games in Hatboro, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So the Commander League was something new. I always thought of Commander as a very fun format, something that I didn't want people to be overly competitive as, but us as Americans, I would say, are competitive in no matter what we do. Me coming from a small, since I was a baby, I played multiple sports. I always wanted to be number one at anything I wanted to do.
You had brothers.
Yeah, I had brothers, so we just
them.
compete in, making food and just, getting to, the wash faster, stuff like that. So we would like to kind of address that. I didn't want to do the league at first. But as I saw all these guys, they're coming in, guys, girls, there's a bunch of us. They all want to play in a format that they love, Commander, where they can have some sort of prize on the line. And our normal schedule is Draft, Modern, Legacy, Standard. And those guys don't have the opportunity to win store credit in my store, even though they are buying lots of cards.
Yeah, they're probably buying the most singles out of anyone that comes in.
Out the store all the time. So we decided to do this league, and it's been great. We now have 16 players. So we have pods of 4.
4 full pods.
4 full pods.
Yeah.
And I think it's been going okay. There's some feedback that people have been giving me that I think I will change in the upcoming leagues that we will run. But other than that, it seems to be going pretty good. Everybody seems to be having a good time. And even if they get comboed out, they get to keep playing until there's first, second, third, and fourth.
Right. So the kind of the overview of the rules is the deck list is submitted through NTG Goldfish just as a medium that everyone can use. And the list on there has to be below $200. You've given some leeway because prices of cards change. I had a deck that was in $197. I think it's up to $202 at this point.
Yeah, if you're $1 or $2 off, I'm not that kind of person that's going to be no, you got to change that card.
Yeah.
But no.
You're not checking them down to the last second of starting the whole thing.
You show me it's $199, and then the next week you come in and it's $202. I'm not going to care.
Yeah. So that's the deck building stipulation, and then the point system was pods of 4. We've had to finagle that a little bit with no-shows and things like that.
Yeah,
but
it happens in
generally,
every league.
Pods of 4, and first place gets 4 points. Third place gets 3 points. What am I trying?
No. So if you win, let's do it this way. So if you just show up to my league, you automatically get a pack. Thanks for coming out. And in my store, I give you $4 store credit per pack. So you automatically win just for showing up and saying, hey, guys, I'm here with my Commander deck. If you win your pod, if you kill everyone, of course, you'll get 4 points, which is the max. And then you will also get a pack. Again, $4 store credit, which I see is good value. I mean, right there.
Yeah.
Everyone paid in $50 for the 4 weeks. So all that's going into the prize pool. So at the end, when we're done, the 5th week will be, it's done after the 4th week. You'll come in and you will get the winners, of course, if you have the right amount of points.
Right.
Which I think is 11 or more.
Oh no.
I believe I did.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I believe I did the math correct on that, but it's 11 or more. It's actually, I'm sorry, 12
I'm definitely
or more.
out of the running then. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You'll get credit, some sort of credit.
Yeah.
Broken down. I think there's 400 in the prize pool.
It's a big pool.
Yeah, I'm trying to give these people an opportunity to come into the store, want to spend their store credit, want to build more commander decks, want to play in more leagues. So we're hitting it off.
Yeah. No, the other last rule of the whole thing is that if you kill everyone in one turn, so you like make an infinite combo, kill the whole table, right? You will drop out of the game, and then the last 3 players will play out the rest of the game to decide second, third, and fourth place, which it allows the winner to not decide who gets second, third, and fourth, which you normally technically would in a regular game.
Yeah, you just continue with the life totals that were established. So if I Mike and Trike everyone, I have now won the game, so I am the winner. I will report I won. You get your pack or your $4 store credit. The other 3 players will continue to play at the life totals where they died, basically.
Right. Like where your combo probably
started. Where the combo starts. So, like, I'm not going to put everybody to 1 and then be like, yep, I won. Like, I would.
Right.
Yeah.
Or put everyone to 1, pass the turn, then finish the combo.
I would not. That would not be something. It wouldn't be kosher. How about that? It wouldn't be
Would
cool.
not be kosher.
Yeah, it would not be cool. So Kevin, now you've been playing in the league for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your experience in the league.
Are you?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Kevin.
No, it's fine. The first week was probably the most dramatic story. I've been playing Dragonlord Atarka for the first 3 weeks, which to go through it.
Well, to be fair, you had to change it a lot to get it to $200.
I did take out some key cards, some strong cards, but like I still had room for things like Ancient Tomb, Sneak Attack. I had Natural Order in 1 week, so there's like some big hitters in there. But as it is, so Dragonlord Atarka, for people who can't look it up on their phone right now, is a 5 red and a green dragon, 8/8, with flying trample, and when it enters the battlefield, it deals 5 damage divided among creatures and planeswalkers. Picked it because he's a nice piece of removal in the command zone. She's a big flying 8/8. Just smacks people. It's real close to that kind of sweet spot of 11 damage, which you would like from your Voltron commander to hit people in 2 turns out of the game. So usually it takes 3, just because I don't have that many pump effects. There's some double strike in there, but it's negligible. So that's the deck I'm playing. Just kind of red-green value, land Atarka, hit people, and just take them out. Not really playing a combo-oriented thing. Nope, I don't have any combos.
No,
in
I
it.
mean your combo is attack for 8 and give it double strike.
Yeah,
and then attack again.
Right.
That is Kevin's combo. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, surprisingly, it does pretty well in our
casual
groups. Yeah. So this first week, I was against a Karametra player to my left and a Sheoldred player to my right. This was a 3-person pod because of the way
it broke down. Yeah.
So I sit down with Atarka, basically saying, so I'm going to make 1 creature and attack people with it. And there's someone playing Sheoldred, who's a pretty big hamper on that whole have 1 creature out.
Do you guys all know what Sheoldred does? She's a 6/6.
Do y'all at home know what Sheoldred does? If you don't know,
she's a praetor. She's one of the good ones. She makes your opponents sacrifice a creature every upkeep, and she gets to reanimate a creature on your upkeep from your graveyard. So she is a good card.
Good card. Good value. Mono black is just good.
Yeah, you just got a ton of removal, and you don't have as many tutors because it is the cap league, but you still got a lot of tutors.
I mean, Cabal Coffers and Urborg are whatever, $30, $40 of your deck, and then
you're good.
Yeah.
You got to kind of pick and choose, but yeah, it's close.
So as soon as people flip their commanders, I said, I got to take out this Sheoldred player. there's like literally no other options. I can't keep killing Sheoldred every time she comes out at instant speed, because every time he passes the turn, it goes right to me. So I'm trying to remember my opening hand. It was probably, I think it was pretty good. It was Search for Tomorrow, Dragon Tempest.
I wish I could help you, but I did not see your game.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I know I had like turn 1 ramp into Dragon Tempest, a haste enabler for flyers, and then another ramp spell, and then like Thran Dynamo, and then a Tarka on turn 4.
Yeah, it seems good to me.
This was pretty with haste.
Oh,
pretty good.
Oh, getting in there.
Getting in. So turn 4, slam a Tarka. I think I killed like some of the Karametra's players, idiots, and swing in at the Sheoldred player for 8.
Okay.
Easy. We're a third of the way there.
Yeah.
Turn cycle comes around to me again. I think he plays like a Crypt Ghast or something. And I draw some piece of removal, a Beast Within or something decent. Swing at the Sheoldred player again. Get him to, we're at 16 now. Yeah, math. 16. 2/3 of the way there. Whew. So close to getting this game on lockdown. Turn 6 rolls around. In this turn cycle, I Beast Within his Sheoldred after he casts it. So it gets to me again. I don't have to sack a Tarka. I go to attack the Sheoldred player to kill him. And the Karametra player says, before damage, I'll Constant Mists with buyback, which is prevent all combat damage, sack a land to put it back in your hand.
I love that card. It's so good.
Any other day, I love that card. The card's so good.
So, when you're trying to attack someone,
Yeah?
and someone constantly fogs,
Yeah.
it's really hard to win.
Really hard to win. Really hard to do much of anything. So then I had to turn my sights on the Karametra player. And at this point,
that's kind of a predicament, though. Because, like, do you keep attacking the black player knowing that you could just beat him and get more points? That's like a hard decision, I think.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think that crossed my mind at that point. It was kind of just, if I force the... Oh, dude, I don't know. Apparently I wasn't thinking. I was thinking if I force the Karametra player to keep playing Constant Mists, eventually I'll run them out of green sources.
Yeah, see...
But like Karametra, I don't
No,
think so.
because you're just going to play a creature. I see where your head's at, though. Like,
Yeah.
You're like, okay, if he keeps Constant Misting, he's going to keep sacking his land.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he's going to be able to do this the whole game.
And I had, for like one turn cycle, I got back Beast Within. Beast Within is Temple Garden, a green source. And I had Acidic Slime, killed a forest. I had him down to like 2 green sources at one point. But at that point, he was doing green-white stuff. He had a bunch of cards in his hand. Casting creatures.
I think
Karametra was out.
Yeah,
it was like
I
a
just
lost
feel
cause.
like Karametra is one of those decks because, we know a few people who play that deck. It just, because you're getting so much mana, because you're playing, I'll play this small creature, I'll get this mana. I'll play this creature, I'll get mana. I'll bounce the lion.
Yeah, Teamer Sabretooth.
Or
loop things.
Yeah, or something like that. And you're just like, well, look at this. I got 20 lands
Especially
and no one
like,
else does.
Sakura Tribelder turns into explosive vegetations for
Yeah,
half the
because
mana.
it hits
It's
2.
just,
Yeah.
just crazy. And then like just some other dumb stuff happened. I Chaos Warped a Soul of New Phyrexia.
Okay.
Because he was giving all his stuff indestructible to protect him in combat. I tried to Wrath at one point, and he had the mana for it. So just like, get this thing off the table. Chaos Warped it. He flips Ring of 3 Wishes.
Ooh.
Which he,
spicy.
over the next 3 turn cycles, tutors out. Oh, man. Something that, when it attacks, it destroys all other creatures. Soul of New Phyrexia again.
He played the worm, the white-green worm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of that
I can't remember it. I remember
but,
that's what it did.
Oh, it's Nova Blast Worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Something
that
like
card,
a 7 mana thing, but
that card's cool because they just every time you attack, you just destroy all other creatures.
Mm-hmm. And
So-
with Soul of New Phyrexia out,
Yeah,
you pay
and
5 extra mana,
exactly,
and you
and
so one side of
nothing.
board white.
Yeah. Seems
and
like
at another
cheating.
point, I did something to try to mess with his board. It was probably like a decimate or something,
Yeah.
and he searched out like there's a green counter spell that with Ring of Three Wishes he searched up and countered my decimate. Like, all right, dude, I guess you
All right,
got
so
it.
let's just say this. So the first week didn't go very good for Kevin. Kevin came in last, I believe, in his
believe
pod.
I came in last. Yeah.
The green white player ended up winning. The
And
black player.
he's taking that win for a ride, right?
Yeah,
he was in the
he was
top pod
he was
on
in
week
the
3.
Top pod on week 3, so he's doing well. I mean, the deck's pretty powerful. We already went over that. So
Yeah, if you're not getting comboed out, it's resilient and
yeah, I would agree. And now
very strong.
let's fast forward a little bit. How did week 2 go?
So week 2, I remember you were in my pod.
Yes. So
there's
how it
definitely
broke
collusion
down was
happening
there was 15. So I ended up playing, and it just so happened that because I only have 1 point, I'm in the 1 point pod, which was Kevin, who's right here, me, and 2 other people, which I actually don't remember who was.
No, I don't, because I don't think I've been in a 4-person pod this whole time.
Was it just one
unfortunately.
other person?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who it was.
Oh, it was Jordan.
That was week 3.
No, that was week 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was this last week then? Oh God, was it Jordan?
Yes.
And-
Jordan
'cause I was-
comboed us.
Yeah, because then I was with Kai.
And then we were me,
Okay.
you, the blue player, and Mike, who's only played Commander twice.
Right. 2 games.
Two games of Commander, and he's pretty good.
Well, he's one of those
Well,
modern players.
Yeah, he plays
so
modern.
He knows
like,
how the game works.
Yeah, he plays
at
modern
least.
pretty well. He finishes 3-1 like almost every week.
Right.
So he's a good player. It's just a matter of he's never played Commander. He's never played with more than one other person.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems to be navigating the format quite well.
Yeah, he's very much a eternal kind of player in that he sees a card like Savala Stampede,
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't even want to read what that says.
Yeah.
I literally don't even care.
Yeah, and
It's
he,
just
he
too
knows,
much.
He knows cards are powerful because he'll see a card do something and be like, "Oh, like that's a card. Like that does that.
Right.
Cool. I'm gonna put this in my deck." And then, it's Commander, so you only have 100 cards, and then you got to be like, what do I cut? Oh my
Dude,
god.
it's so rough.
Yeah.
It's funny that the kind of vernacular Commander players have in like the pool of cards that you use is so much different than any other format.
Oh yeah, like
that this guy, I don't know how long Mike's been playing Magic, but
he's
like
been playing for I think a few years.
a few years.
Yeah.
You just get introduced to so many freaking cards playing Commander. You just sit down like every single game. You're like, oh man, I got to read this.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that do again? You got
And
like 3
what's
things
funny?
I don't know.
You know what's funny is he could probably tell you every card in Modern, like
Mhm.
rattle them off.
Well, there's only like 30.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. But like in Commander, it's like what is spider? The spider, the 5/5. What is that? Yeah, that one. Yeah, sweet.
Oh,
So,
do you mean like Silk Lash
Yeah,
Spider?
no,
or do you
it's
mean,
like no, not the one that hurricanes. The other one. Oh, okay. There's only
wait,
like
what's
4
Hurricane
spiders,
again?
everybody.
Yeah, just
Yeah. So, I mean, I would love to build a spider tribal deck, but after 6 cards, I'm out.
yeah. You can only put so many like 4 mana 2/4s with reach in before you get tired
so
of it.
my question is why are the spiders, even if they're 2/4s, they have reach, but the Eldrazi's don't? Exactly.
What's one of those like mystery like those cop shows that they'll play as like a sound. Not, I was thinking like
Yeah,
but no,
like-
it's more like a conspiracy thing.
No, but
right?
it just doesn't make any sense. Like Terrastodon is one of my favorite cards, and you guys all know Terrastodon's a 9/9. When it comes into play, it blows up 3 non-creature permanents.
Hold on, a 9/9/4. Is it 8 or 9?
It's 8.
It's 8. Yeah, we're already
Yeah,
past
we're already
curve.
great. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
great. That's
already a
great.
good
And it's in
creature.
green, so I played on turn 3.
Yeah.
But it does not have trample, yet it's as big as one of those floating Zendikar lands.
Right.
I know.
And I don't think Craterhoof Behemoth is much bigger than a Terrastodon. Like, let's be real.
No, and yet it gives everybody trample.
Right. It gives us dumb little elves trample.
There's also a new card in M19. It is an 8/8 for 6 with trample and gives all other creatures trample. Terrastodon, on the other hand, no trample for you.
Yikes.
Very disgruntled.
Just no justice for those cards, man.
Sorry.
So that we didn't even get on the second week of the thing. Yeah, it was me on Dragon Lord Atarka. To my left was you playing Itali.
Oh, so good.
Was he a 6-mana 6/6?
He's a six. I think she's a she. She's a dinosaur.
They are a 6-mana
Yes,
6/6.
there you go. 6-mana 6/6 red creature. When I attack, I get to play your spells, basically.
Mm-hmm. Exile's the top card of everyone's library. You can play those spells for free. And you basically just play rocks and multiple attack step things. Pretty dope. And then the mono black player was playing Sidisi, I believe either Fate Reforged or Dragon's
It's the zombie Sidisi that sacks the demonic tutor.
Right. The CDC player and another person were like joking about the deck that he was playing before we played.
You know what's funny about that? Before, so I interject. Yeah. I have to look at the lists because I am the TO.
Yeah.
And I literally pulled the cards out for this player. While playing him, I didn't know what he was doing. Which is the beauty of Commander.
Yeah.
Next thing I knew,
it's not even like you would say to people like, or people would come to you after they submit their deck, like, oh, what are you going to metagame me? And like,
no, I glance over, make sure that it looks pretty kosher. Like if I see 3 big hitter cards, I'll double check the price. But I'm usually just looking at the price of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Make
just
sure that it's
that big number at the
cards.
top right. Yeah.
Like if there's a red thing, like because MTG Goldfish, it's red when it's not correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I will double check it. But like if you show me your list and I see it's $199 and I look down the list real quick and nothing like jumps out that's like, oh, you're using 4 $50 cards, like hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I just kind of let it go because I shouldn't mitigate, like I shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? And I feel some type of way. So I just kind of look at it, make sure it looks kosher, and then just kind of let you do your thing.
I think we've reached our quota for the use
like
of the word
kosher.
kosher. I think we got to wait until 2019. The budget re-ups, and we can start saying that
kosher
again. But it's too many. I'll cut that one out. Right. So the Sidisi player draws his hand, snap keeps. Plays a turn 1 Soul Ring.
Which we're already on the losing side.
Yeah, whatever. Then goes land, and then on your end step before he untaps. Oh no, I think he goes to like turn. This would be 3.
I think he won on turn 5.
Yeah,
honestly,
he turn 3 Sidisi'd.
Yeah,
sack CDC tutor something.
Yes.
And then played ad nauseum and starts flipping and hits like swamp, some mana rock.
Sun petal.
Yeah, lotus petal.
Lotus petal.
Yeah,
that was it.
Swamp. Dark ritual. Swamp. Cabal ritual. Swamp. Bunch of swamps. He's like, I'll just like flip the whole thing and then we can count.
Yeah. And I still, again, like I said, I pulled these cards out for him. And I didn't realize that he just played a card that said like deal this card X swamps, deal X damage to each opponent.
I think it's just whatever it is.
I
it's
believe
like a
that's
2 mana discard X cards.
It's a card. Honestly, it was reprinted in the Graveborn foil set.
Yeah.
That came out a long time ago. So it's one of those cards that you even forget about. And he just basically killed me and Kevin. It was fun.
He'd be mad if he listened to the podcast and we didn't mention what the other artifact was. Oh no.
Oh, and he also had so that just in case he played any blue players, he had the land that gives all your spells uncounterable.
I don't think he had it.
He did. He borrowed it from somebody.
Oh, did he? Okay, because he borrowed my Cavern of Souls.
But he was super excited when me and Kevin. See, I was playing mono red. Kevin was playing green red, and you could have just seen him. He was so happy.
So happy.
Oh, and yes, that
I have it up on my phone. Dark Sphere is a 0 mana artifact from. Is it the dark? Is the moon symbol?
I believe so.
Yeah, it says it on the screen. It is tap and sack it to prevent half the damage done to you by a single source rounded down. So the way this combo works is you have something like 80 cards in your hand. You play Dark Sphere, and then you play the spell where you discard something like, I don't know, 30 or 40 cards, whatever it needs to be. And then you hold priority after casting it, sack the Dark Sphere, target the spell you just cast. You deal 40 damage to the table, you only take 20. After taking something close to 20 from the ad nauseum.
You can't beat Soul Sisters, but that's okay.
Yeah. So that, and then we played a somewhat decent game.
Me and Kevin then ended up like just punching each other for like 10 more turns, where Kevin ultimately won. Honestly, I'm the TO in it, and if I beat Kevin, I probably would have still given him the win because it's really not fair.
I would have been really. I was at 12 life at one point.
Yeah.
And you had the Inferno Titan now,
Yeah.
and I thought like I am just dead.
Yeah.
Next turn, and I was gonna be so mad. I was actually gonna be legitimately so
No,
mad.
and like I did in the third week. We can move on to the third week.
Wait, no, you're skipping over. I decimated you twice.
Oh yeah, 3 times.
It was probably three
It was
times.
3 times.
I know I had to target like my enchantment.
It was
once,
3
but
times.
It was.
I remember
was a good
decimating
time.
3 times.
Yep.
I mean, decimate is a hell of a card.
That's a hell of a card.
It's so it's 4 mana and it destroys like 4 things.
It's what is it? A land, artifact, enchantment, and a creature.
Yeah, that's so many things.
So good.
That's so many.
Even
things.
if you gotta like pop your own.
Not only that, it's
thing.
in red green, so it's like in a weird color combination to do that.
Yeah.
Because like I can understand the land and possibly like the artifact because it's red green, but like a creature and an enchantment, like
like green or red outright just from your creature is like insane.
Yeah, so like you're playing this card that you played multiple times on me, and I was just like, oh boy, I'm getting decimated again.
Like every time it's on the stack. Yeah, 1-on-1 if you have
like
the
just
targets
like,
out. It's
all right,
so
yep,
good.
that's what we're doing. We're
And
getting
you're just
decimated.
like waiting to get.
We are
this
getting
target's back up.
decimated.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my new catchphrase. We are getting decimated.
So we could jump to the third week.
Yeah, third week.
Which is the one I actually remember the least.
Funny story. I had to play in Kevin's pod again.
Yeah.
Because of the way the pairings went.
Figures.
And the funny part about it is I tried to test out my new Izoni deck.
Oh, that was the game.
But I never got to price it before we played. So no matter how I did, I was probably going to scoop because I wanted to price it afterwards. Halfway through pricing, the app crashed. So I was very disgruntled. But anyway, I was $20 over. So I automatically conceded. I probably could have won if I actually played the deck correctly.
Well, yeah, you were playing $20 more.
I know. I was
value
just
than us.
cheating.
We
I'm
had
just
no
a cheater.
chance.
Known
It was
cheater.
a
Nick
one-sided battle
DiPrenzio.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I know you were like you were playing and putting them in your phone, and at one point, with like the cards you had on the battlefield and the cards you had in your hand, you were like, "This is getting up there."
So at one point, I had a Cabal Coffers in my hand, and I didn't want to play it because I just felt bad because I was already at like 170, and I had the Cabal Coffers in my hand, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm so over this price." But then it only ended up to be like $20 over, and I wasn't too upset about it. But our pod was Atarka. I was playing Izoni. Mike was playing
Windgrace.
Lord Windgrace, who's really cool, like just a cool planeswalker.
Just a nice,
Just a
good value.
Yeah,
engine.
just a good.
Yeah.
He's a panther, I think, or a leopard. He's pretty cool.
I mean, it's what he is on the art.
Yeah,
but,
and then
I mean, he's like all the other planeswalkers. He's like vaguely humanoid.
yeah,
which
and
is very
I
boring.
believe our other friend Kai was playing.
It's another gripe for another time.
I believe he was playing mono blue, and he
He was playing one of the Dominaria wizards, I think.
Yeah,
that
he smoked us.
Yeah. Oh, what does it do? It just like copies a spell or something is what it does.
It comes into
ETB.
play when it ETBs. It copies a spell. He ended up comboing off, and we died. And then me and Mike kind of had a game for a little bit. He punched Kevin to death.
Mm-hmm.
And then I conceded. So it actually went the blue player, the Lord Windgrace player, Kevin playing Atarka, and then me. It doesn't even matter. But
Doesn't even matter. So what does that put me at? Puts me at 6 points, I think.
Yeah, I believe you have 6 points. So I don't think Kevin's gonna get there.
It's gonna be hard to get to 12 if I'm doing the math right.
Yeah.
With one more week
I'm
left.
not that good at math, Kevin, but I'm pretty sure if you win and get 4 points,
Yeah.
you will still have 10.
Sounds.
But, if you win your pod, you'll get a pack, and for showing up, you'll get a pack, so you'll still get $8 store credit.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so at least you get $8 store credit.
Except I already spent that credit buying cards for the deck that I'm trying to build for the last week. So
This is
it's
true.
what it is, I guess.
So the league's going well, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun time. I think even the people that are getting comboed out know that they're going into a league where people are playing pretty competitive decks. They're not upset. They're still getting to play. And then afterwards, after your pod is all done, you still have all these people to play Commander with.
Yeah, if anything, it's just a good reason to get a whole bunch of people together on a Thursday night to play some Commander. It just gets them in the store. It's not like you're showing up with your decks and there's already 4 people at the store.
Correct.
Who don't want to play like with the fifth person in the pod.
Oh, yeah, and that's another thing we'll probably talk about at some point, but I have played pods of 8 or more, and now it's just 4 is the number.
4 is fine.
Yeah, 4 is good. We're just going to leave that at that.
But we teased it. I keep wanting to say last week, but we teased it 2 weeks ago.
And basically last week.
The last time we appeared on the podcast in your ears, we teased the Izoni deck,
Yes.
which you played with it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
All right. So I played the Izoni deck, and I built it last week. I tried to do a lot of things with it. So I have a little bit, like I talked about, I've had a little bit of a reanimator. It's basically a token deck. It's green-black tokens. But then I have Grave Pact and Grave Pact effects. And I have a lot of, like, Fleshbag Marauder effects, which is when it comes into play, everyone sacks a creatures to fill up my graveyard. I have Dredge effects that fill up my graveyard.
Ooh.
And I have Izoni, who is insane. And did you know that Izoni is a woman, by the way?
Well, now I know.
Oh, and I didn't know that, but yes, someone corrected me yesterday. So
You got to read the lore.
yeah, I gotta
Come
read
on,
the lore
man.
better. I gotta do better. I gotta do a better job.
They hired
better
those
job.
those story writers for Magic.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I'm pretty caught up on all of it, but that's not for today.
You don't have to lie.
Just lying. I'm just known liar.
This is
Nick
the guy that if
Depenzia.
you read flavor text to, he starts having a
Woo!
conniption at the table.
Not a huge fan of flavor text.
It's our second Yiddish word of the night.
Woo?
Conniption.
Oh, I was way off.
I think it's Yiddish.
So anyway, I like the deck a lot. I played against my friends yesterday. A couple of my friends were like, "Hey, let's try out the new deck." I tried out the new deck. It is.
And he killed him.
No, I
Oh.
did not win. Oh, I did not win. No. But I did get to draw like half my deck, dredge half my deck.
Oh, that feels good.
Oh yeah, so the blue player played a card to draw cards equal to the number of cards I had in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up sacking like 7 creatures
Oh yeah.
to
it
dredge
up.
3 times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to dredge 3 times, to draw so many cards, gain a bunch of life because you get to gain life. So I was actually just like, the engine was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Did I win? No, I did not win. Was the deck ridiculously fun? Yes, I would 100%. I would like to go through it one day, like with you guys, but like, it is a lot of fun to play. If you want to try Izoni out, please do. It's a great graveyard commander. The engine, like I said, is great. The drawing is great because you don't usually get to draw that many in green black.
Right.
You get to tutor, and you get to play like some green draw. There's some green draw cards, but having the option of being like, play Izoni, get 7 dudes.
Right. Yeah, it just kind of
Yeah.
it combos with itself.
Yeah, and then I had Cabal Coffers out, so I was like, make 15 black mana, pump it into like sacking these guys. So it was so much fun. I did not get there. No,
Oof.
I did not get there, but we will. We will get there. I'll believe it. Kevin, are you working on anything new? Because I thought you were working on something new for the the league. I saw you pulling cards, but I'm not really sure. Maybe he wants to keep it a secret.
No, I don't want to keep it a secret.
He
It's
wants to
gonna
keep
be
it a secret.
because it's a color combination.
Needs that $8 store credit.
Yeah, I need that. That's what's holding me
Gotta
back.
have it.
Oh man. The problem is I'm building it in a color combination that I often just like dunk on and be like, oh, it's just like Did you silence it?
No, I like the clicking sound.
Oh, my audio experience.
Sorry, guys. I'm a horrible human being.
Yikes. I'm going to leave that in too. They're all going to know. My phone's on silent.
Kevin, would you like some coffee,
There's
Kevin?
no way we're just going to interfere with the podcast other than
Kevin, would you like some coffee?
not in this cup.
I could pour you some coffee.
No, I'm good.
There's coffee right over there at the end of the table.
Shit.
All right, I'm going to pour Kevin some coffee.
Yeah, I need some coffee.
Kevin, go ahead. Time out. And we're back.
Oh, right. We were talking about practice.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, I believe Kevin has been making a secret deck. He doesn't have to talk about it if he doesn't want to, but I believe it's for the last week of the league. It's going to be something really fun. Fun for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to like shark the pot I'm in. So it's I don't even remember the name of the card.
Lavinia.
Lavinia of the 10th?
I believe that's close.
Close. Yeah. It's original
Ravnica.
Ravnica. I'm like losing my words now. I shouldn't have this.
It's not original Ravnica.
Is it? I thought it was Dissension.
No, it's the second Ravnica.
Now I'm
block.
looking it up.
It's the second Ravnica block.
Now I'm looking it up. Lavinia of the 10th.
See, I started Ravnica.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Nope. As far as
I hate. You know what I hate, guys? I hate being right all the time.
Dude, must be really hard.
So
Something I wouldn't.
It's
know.
a burden and a curse.
So what that card does is when it enters the battlefield, it detains all non-land permanents my opponents control with CMC 4 or less, which detain is can't attack, can't block, can't activate abilities.
Did you come in yesterday? Were you in the store?
No.
So someone was playing Brago.
Yeah.
And I was watching them play. They're a new player here at the store.
Okay.
They're a really nice person.
Sounds like a recipe for.
No. He's really cool.
Oh, new player at the store.
Yeah. It's a new player at the store. He's really
Fair.
cool. He plays Commander. He played a little bit of Legacy, but he doesn't really like it. We played Commander. He was playing. I was watching him, and he was playing Brago.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if you guys know. Brago, when it attacks, you get the blink.
I think it has to hit a player.
Yeah, or something like that. When it deals damage, you get the blink a bunch of creatures. And he had Lavinia out.
Oh,
and he was just stomping people.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of laughed a little bit while I walked by.
Yeah, it's just insane value. I guess, Brago is a pretty good way to keep flickering it.
Yeah, I mean, but remember, like, Brago's not really a budget deck.
No.
Brago, I'm pretty sure, is a pretty expensive deck.
I mean, you can build it probably pretty dirtily.
I mean, you can build every deck dirtily, but if you really want to build it, it's top tier, too. Definitely top tier.
It's up there. It's strong. I've definitely been locked out of games after trying.
Yes, so my philosophy when I see a Brago is to keep killing it. Eventually, because they're playing blue-white, they're not going to be able to keep playing it.
Yeah, it's a very commander-centric deck as well.
Yeah. The same with Rune.
Mm-hmm.
Rune does the same thing, but it's a Bant color guy.
The thing that Rune gets is
you get
redundancy.
Yeah, you get redundancy
parts.
and you also get green, so you get like Eternal Witness and stuff like that to bring stuff back from your graveyard. So
I think a Rune deck could function relatively well without Rune.
Yeah,
but
it's
Brago
just,
is not doing Brago things without Brago.
Correct. Yeah, I would 100% stand by that statement.
So yeah, Lavinia. I'm trying to build. The problem with building budget stacks is you can't have the good stacks cards.
It's funny because I built stacks. Remember, I built Grand Arbiter.
Right. It's probably a lot
And
of the same cards.
Yeah, and
to be
I
honest.
spent a lot of money on those stacks pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Played it 3 times, beat the people that I wanted to beat,
Yeah.
and then I never wanted to play it.
I never even saw that deck in its full
I
form.
built it secretly.
Yeah.
I got all the cards online. Remember, I own a card shop. I bought the cards online, so nobody would know that I was getting the deck
Yeah.
together. I played the 2 people that I just wanted to show them because they used to make fun of me all the time for not building a competitive deck.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, you can't beat us. We combo on turn 3, turn 4, whatever. So I just beat it to show them that if I wanted to beat them, I could. And I did. And then I took it apart because it was just, I didn't like it.
Yeah, stacks. I think I talked about this last time. Playing stacks, to me, is a lot of fun. But even when it's fun, it's miserable.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. And it's
Like
only
having to
fun
deal
to
with
the
your
person.
own winter
Yeah,
orb.
because,
Yeah.
you know, you're sitting there going, all right, my spells cost 6 more. What do I do here? Oh, but my bones can't do anything. Who cares?
Right.
And then you just laugh a little in your head, and you go, yep, pass turn. You know?
Hit you for 2. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm going to hit you with my Grand Arbiter. Take your 3 general, pass turn.
Right.
So, yeah, so I think Kevin's going to have a lot of fun playing this deck.
Hopefully, I'll be having all the fun.
Yeah, and
That's the idea.
you know that if he loses, he's going to be very I don't know. The kids call it salty.
I'll be salty.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like-
100.
like you could put him outside and melt all the snow. Type of salty.
Yeah, it'll not be good. It'll be a miserable
Yeah.
loss too.
Just
'cause
leave.
It'll take so long to lose if this deck is playing right.
2
Yeah.
hours later and you still lose.
I'm gonna hold these guys hostage
Yeah.
from 7:30.
Nobody can
till
untap
11.
any lands,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna concede.
It's gonna be. Actually,
Yeah.
that's my goal. I don't even want to win. I just want it to be
I
miserable.
just want it to be miserable for everyone.
I want this
That's so I played
the 6
yes-
point pod to
I-
be miserable.
I played yesterday because someone asked me to play. We sat down. He took out Zur the Enchanter. He looked me in the eyes and said, "Welcome to the most miserable game you're ever going to play."
Oh Jesus!
And then I countered everything he played.
Mm.
It was sweet.
That's why I don't talk. I don't talk smack
don't
before
talk
the
smack.
game.
And then I pull out my green-blue deck with like 14, 15 counter spells with the redundancy, and then don't look me in the eyes and tell me you're going to do something because I'm just going to shut you down and no one else.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. Like internally, I was laughing and doing one of those, you know the slow motion jump in the air, fist pumps.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Mm.
My opponents were not doing that. I ended up winning though too. It was pretty cool.
Oh man. I don't know many people at the store that plays Early Enchanter, but
There are 2.
this is a conversation just for us, so let's not even get into it. But
Oh yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I could be like, oh, I remember this guy a long time ago. He came into the store and he was like really excited to play. I pulled out my competitive deck and he like doomsdayed with Zur. It was really cool. But
I mean,
I
that-
haven't seen him in the
but
store
that,
in a
but
while.
that
That's
happens
not-
all the time. Like you imagine all the times, because I only go to one store, my store. But like imagine all the times before you would go into a store. Store's not to be named. It doesn't matter. You just go into a store. You sit down. You go, hey guys, I want to play some Commander, and then they're playing Doomsday Storm or Doomsday Zur, and yeah, I understand that can be exciting for the person playing it. That ha ha ha, nobody's doing anything, I win. But like, you really need to put yourself in other people's shoes. And if you're playing for funsies, really talk to your opponents. Really talk to them first. Sit down and say, hey Kevin, what's your level of play? How long you been playing Commander? Are you playing a top tier general? And if they're like, nah, this is my 3rd time playing, I'm playing a box deck, that I just bought.
Yeah.
Don't pull out the Zur deck. Pull out, like, Kevin has a rat deck.
Yeah.
And that's the deck you should be playing. But if your opponent goes, no, I play competitively, I play in a bunch of leagues, sure, pull out the Sisei deck. Pull out the Captain Sisei, where you're like, I'm just going to do all these things, and you're not,
Right.
Pull out the, Brago deck. Pull these good decks out. Or if your opponent says he's playing competitive, or she says she's playing competitive, and they pull out a trash deck, you then downgrade to their level the next game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pull your punches. Try to make everyone feel good. At least that's how I see it. Like, and you don't have to. Like, there's no rule that says you have to. But
do these things,
just as a person, you should really play on the level of everyone.
Yeah, and I think most people that are playing Commander for any period of time will. It's so easy to throw together decks.
Yeah.
Like if you have any kind of collection, you can throw something together.
Like I told you in our first podcast, we used to go through our binders, pull out 100 cards.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is sweet.
Deck.
Yeah,
I got a legendary, dude. Let's go. And sometimes that's the deck you need to play because maybe you don't need to be mindless and play that combo every time.
Mm-hmm.
Play something that's hard or that fights you. You know, that make it hard for yourself to win. That's just, food for thought, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that we talk about a
Yeah.
bit, and we've now touched on it in 2 out of 2 podcasts
Yeah, exactly.
so far.
It's
So
just
it's something
definitely
important to us.
Conversation is what I would like to say.
Yeah.
Magic is a social game. As much as we don't want it to be, it is. You have to sit down. You have to see someone. You have to talk to them. You can't be an internet troll and troll them. You can with paper in front of them, but
Right.
you want to interact with these people again. You want to develop a community. You want people to come in and say, "Oh, Mike's here, Jeff's here, Brian's here. Look
I
at all
can't
these
wait to get in a game with them."
I can't wait to get in a game. I'll wait. I'll sit here. Maybe I'll go get them some drinks. You don't want to come in and be that guy that people are like, you know what? I just don't want to play with that dude.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. That doesn't build a community. That doesn't help you get more games in. But if you guys sit down and say, these are the rules, I'm playing my competitive game, I might combo you on turn 3, and everybody's like, cool, dude, let's do it. Then you have something to sit on and be like, cool, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's, and that kind of brings me into another kind of point that I wanted to talk to you about, was deck inbreeding, I like to call it.
Ooh, inbreeding. Okay.
Yeah. So I talked to Kevin about this a lot, and I talked to a lot of my customers about this a lot. If I only play with 4 people, ever, those decks will become only good against these 4 people. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I will keep building my deck to beat Kevin. If Kevin's playing blue, I'm going to be playing Choke and Boil.
Yeah.
And cards that are specific to beating Kevin. I would say stay away from that. Please stay away from that. Build your deck to be good no matter who you play. Build your deck to be fun. And I know fun is a relative term. But build your deck to be fun, at least to you, maybe to a couple other people. And if you always lose to Mike, Jim, Bill, whoever you're playing with, talk to them.
They probably know.
Yeah. Like, I hate when you play this card. Or what can I do to make my deck better? Right. Don't just put in a card that hurts them.
Mm-hmm. I think I immediately choked as I went to say that. I think
karma.
Chewing on ice into the mic. Are we real? What an audio person's nightmare, my guy. We'll be okay. I'll make it work. Finish chewing your ice.
I'm done. Damn, I didn't know my mom was here.
I guess no, it's kind of like an ASMR thing, so you can keep doing it. What the fuck was I saying? Oh,
I don't know, Mom. What were you saying?
Man, I feel bad now. I cut you off, and then I totally lost my train of thought. It was something to do with, like in other formats, you get a sideboard, right, where your deck tries to do a thing, and if your opponent stops it, you have a sideboard that either makes up for the shortcomings of your deck or combats what your opponent is trying to do. And in Commander, you kind of have to have that all in your 99 cards. But I think what you're touching on is not trying to stop your opponent, specifically the people that you play with more,
yeah.
but have cards in your deck that make up for the shortcomings that your strategy
I understand that competitive commanders, a lot of them do have a sideboard. I don't know if I've seen that before, but I've seen.
Not really.
Yeah, but not really exactly. But there is, I believe, a sideboard that you can add to your deck. I'm pretty sure. I'm not actually. Totally
I'm trying to think. I know I've seen people play like
I've
wish
seen
cards.
people play with it before. I don't know if that's actually a thing.
I think the generally accepted rule is it's either 5 or 10 cards.
Yeah,
and it's singleton as well.
But what you're saying is, I think it's 1-on-1 when you can use a sideboard.
Sounds right.
So you're not using like Soul Ring and stuff like that. But anyway, when you're playing against, Mike, Jim, Bill, whoever you play against every day, and like this used to happen to me a lot. My one friend used to always target me with all his cards that said search target player's library because he knew what was in my deck.
Oh, yeah.
So he would always just target me, even if we were playing with 2 other new people. And that gets old after a while. That gets boring after a while.
Right. And it's not like a bribery thing.
No.
Like, I know this guy has an Eldrazi. Like, I knew you've done that to me.
Exactly.
But it'll be something probably like Praetor's Grasp, Extract, where it's just like exile this card from your library.
Or if I know that like my opponent played Eldrazi last game, I'm probably going to hit them. Mm-hmm. But that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like purposely looting this person's deck because I know exactly what's in there and I know what they can do. So I purposely do things.
Yeah.
And it's not great. Like playing a card that has pro green against a person that's playing mono green is like suspect.
Sounds like you got a victim complex.
No, I'm not saying me.
I mean, I'll play
personally.
Mirror Crusader in any white deck.
I'm not saying me personally, even though sometimes yes, this has happened to me personally.
No, I can see it. It's not just like
group. Yeah.
It's not just like one creature with pro green. Probably, but it's like all these effects and it's all these things. You're like, man, I guess this one deck can't beat that one deck anymore.
Red green, right? I'm playing mono blue. You play choke, boil. You play something that's pro green, something that's uncounterable. Like all these cards are specifically there to beat me, and that's fine if that's what you want to do over and over again. But that really shouldn't be in the spirit of Commander. You should be building a deck that is well-rounded, can combat, I would say, any deck. And as you play it over and over again, you start to learn what's good and what's bad. Maybe you thought when you built the deck that these 3 cards that I'm putting in are super good. And as the 5th or 6th game you've played, 7th game you played, you realize that those cards are not very good.
Yeah, the times you draw them, they're just dead in your hand.
And it happens, and that's fine. That's called the evolution of your deck. That's called learning. But when you're just building a deck to beat Mike, whoever, every time you play him.
Sorry, Mike.
That's, I guess, if that's what you want to do, you're doing it. But I would say that that's not in the spirit of the game. Do you agree, Kevin?
I probably agree.
All right, Kevin agrees. Yeah, that's another thing. This came to me. You can build your deck. Don't build it because I told you not to build it that way. Like that would really bother me.
All this advice we've given. Just build your deck.
But that would really bother me if you came into the store and you're like, "Hey, Nick, I listened to your podcast and I think you're great, and I built my deck, but I didn't put this, and this in because you don't like it." That has nothing to do with what I like and what I don't. That's why they make chocolate and vanilla.
I'm going to interject. If I have that much power over someone's like deck building, what they put into it, then this podcast was a success.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we have power over people regardless.
Listen to me. You put Spear of Resistance, you put Thorn of Amethyst, you put Static Orb, you put Tangle Wire, you put Smokestack in every single deck you build from now on. Okay, that's how I want every game of Commander to be. Yeah, I want Winter Orbs, turn 1, Ancient Tomb. Let's do it.
And that's fine.
Crystal Shards.
That's fine. You build the deck the way you want it. At the end of the day, it's your deck.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, when you put the money on the table, yeah, the money's going to me. Thank you very much. But the money that you spent is not about my opinion. It's not about Kevin's opinion. The money that you spend is about making you happy. And if your opponents never untap ever again, and that makes you happy, then do it.
That's a good time.
But in the spirit of the game, it's probably not the greatest.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll buy it.
If that makes any sense. Maybe not. I don't know. Kevin looks like he's out of coffee again.
I am. I was gonna say. I mean, we've been through all our topics that we we set out to go through. We're up on an hour now, so I think we can just about call it. I meant to put together some sort of outro for this whole thing. Oh no, I don't have all the social media stuff in front of me. You guys can email us at cmdrandcoffee@gmail.com.
Yeah, please email us, guys. Give us some questions.
I've only signed up for like 2
topics.
or 3 things with it, and we're already getting spam. So can we mitigate that with some real human
rather
interaction?
Have some, real interaction. Talk to us about anything you want. Even if you come into the shop, remember, I'm right on County Line Road in Hatboro. It's actually like Warminster, but it's Rosemore Shopping Center. Just come on in and be like, hey, yo, Nick, this is what I think you should talk about. Or, again, email us. Let us know what you think. If we're just babbling, that's fine, too. Like, just be like, hey, you know you guys babble all the time. All right.
Yeah, we'll take that.
We'll take all the criticism.
Twitter is at cmdrandcoffee. Same as the email. And I believe the YouTube is also
guys,
CMDR
right
and
now
coffee.
I think we're going to be posting this on YouTube again. We will be on some sort of platform in the future.
In the very, very near future.
Very, very near future.
It's on me. I probably could have gotten it done in the last 2 weeks.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. New Year's coming up. Happy New Year. Hope everybody has fun and safe New Year. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll see you. Yep.